Let me start with a question. How many times were you treated differently for being creative? Once? Twice? Or maybe you did not notice? I noticed there has been many instances in my life where I was treated differently for being creative. Yes. So why am I taking this so serious? I am taking this serious because I want to cut down all the false thoughts that people have about me. I want to promote a healthy environment for me to study or to work. Yes. So, people usually think that only extraordinary people can think creative. Do you think so? Is it? No. The amount of information that is fed to the brain is directly proportional to the understanding of a certain topic. So, unless and until a person understands the topic clearly, he or she will not be in a position to create ideas. Yes. And so, clear understanding of the topic is the first key for creativity. Next key. So, let's talk about technology. Technology has come to such a height because of all the open-minded geniuses we had in our history. Yes, I am talking about Albert Einstein and Sir Isaac Newton, etc. The list goes on. What were they doing? They were open-minded. What it is to be open-minded? It is to consider others' perspective as much as you consider your own perspective. Yes, it's inhaling and exhaling thoughts. So, these open-minded geniuses were kicked out of their schools and universities just because they sounded stupid to their teachers and friends. But they never gave up. Yes, they never gave up. One beautiful example of a scientist who did not give up is Thomas Alva Edison. We all know that he had 1,000 unsuccessful steps for inventing a light bulb. So once a reporter asked Thomas Alva Edison, how did it feel to fail 1,000 times? Edison smartly replied that it was not 1,000 failure steps, but it was 1,000 successful steps to invent a light bulb. Yes. So let's get into imagination right now. Everybody turn on your imagination mode. Yes, let's go straight away. Imagine that you are in a room with a bunch of people like you. So, an elderly person suddenly, yes, I repeat, suddenly walks into the room. With silence engulfing the room, he briefs about an issue that he is facing for such a long time. So you being the silence breaker of the room, you give an amazing solution to his issue. And let's imagine that this happens for 10 consecutive days. So everybody had solutions, but your way of thinking was very different. What made you different? You were creative. Okay. End of imagination mode, let's come back to reality. Can you realize the bunch of thoughts that the people had about you? Don't you realize that stereotypes are already built about you? Yes. So here I am going to address few stereotypes that were built about you. These 5 myths may be basic, but they are very predominant. This could be in your workspace, study, or anywhere. So this is completely from my anecdotal research. Myth number 1. Creative thinkers always, in quotes, always prefer to be alone. So this is false, right? So for some, ideas pop out and that too weird ideas pop out only in solitude and in rest. It's not your fault, it's not anybody's fault. Yes. Myth number 2. Creative thinkers are attention seekers. See, psychologically, a brain that craves for attention will not be able to produce any creative ideas. Why do I say this? I say this because the focus from the idea is completely lost. And that's it. You won't be able to produce new ideas or generate creative thoughts. Okay. Let's go to myth number 3. Are you curious? Creative thinkers are messy. Messy in the sense, how do I tell that? Messy in the way of the procedure of work. People think that creative thinkers don't follow steps in their work. They just think that it's just a spark of creativity and a lot of shortcuts. Is that so? It's also false. Okay. Myth number 4. Creative thinkers are not productive. Okay. Productivity can never be compared to creativity. A person who is productive 9 hours may not be creative, right? So they are all different. They are improportional. So it is false that creative thinkers cannot handle overload and work pressure. Yes. So myth number 5. Creative thinkers only use their creativity for their professional life and not to their personal life. So people think that these creative thinkers have this extra intelligence only in their professional life and they are just a piece of failure in their personal life. Is that so? This is also false. So what are my ways of overcoming this? Some ways are like making all the conversations visible in a common place, reporting all your progress of work to your team leader so that they may know that you're working in a procedure. And for all of this, powerful and mature communication and conversations can end all these false thoughts about you. Thank you.